Okay. Disclaimer to anybody who has emotional feelings about this kind of stuff. I do not want to make this controversial in an argument. Just want to talk and share my thoughts about how I view things. Everybody knows where I'm at right now. If you're in the Lehigh Valley, you know this is a place where people pretty much get forgotten. Grass don't even get cut around here. I just had to kick off some dirt and stuff off one of my family members' thing, because grass and weeds grew over it. Now, why am I here? Why am I here? I don't want to get too ahead of myself and talk about what I think about what life after death is and all that stuff, which I have a lot of let's just say theories and ideas, so we don't sit there and start like I said, you know, get it all controversial and all that stuff. My thing for being here and for this video is that a lot of us are wasting our time. A lot of us are wasting our time. A lot of us are wasting our time. I'm sure if you're from the Lehigh Valley, you know where I'm at, you know what this place is. Everybody has somebody here that they know, that they love, whatever the case may be. Whether you come here or not, you visit or not, it really doesn't matter. It's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about what is it that you want to do in life? What is it that you've always wanted to do, but you're afraid? There's that thing that you want, that thing that you would like to get across, that fire burning in you, bro. Let it out, ignite it, let it go. You were born with a birthday candle that was never blown. It was it's always lit. It's lit to light the path that you're walking on. You know, I don't believe in death. I don't believe in death. You know, like I said, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but just real quick before I get into what I want to talk about wasting your time, I just want to say, for anybody who does have anybody here, I don't believe in death. Like a light bulb pops and now you don't have a light bulb, the physical actual light bulb that you can screw in and hold, that doesn't mean that there's no more electricity. You are electricity. Your electricity, your light, your life goes right back to the circuit breaker, if not to another light bulb, which sounds, like I said, that's getting ahead of myself. You truly never die. And there's many cases. So to comfort your thoughts on death or whatnot, when someone's about to pass, and I know this because of nurses, talk to CNAs, anybody who's seen someone die can tell you that they've seen someone there to greet them, to take them to wherever they're going. Or in most cases, people who die and come back to life, ask them, they'll tell you that someone was there that they knew, and like right before they died, like they were smiling and they were happy because they seen that person there, and they knew, like, they, you know, okay, it's okay, like whatever. But in most cases, they tell you, like, bro, like, you're not supposed to be here yet, you know, go back or whatnot. It's like an umbilical cord, like a silver cord. I know I'm getting a little deep, but this is real stuff. You know, so like, just like you have an umbilical cord to your mom, you have an umbilical cord to your body. And until you go through that tunnel, you are connected to your body, so you have a chance to come back in most cases if your job on earth is not done. Everybody has a job, whether you know it or not. Some of us are too vibrationally low that we don't really kind of get it. But I just want you to know that if you have someone here, yeah, before they passed or right before they passed or at the moment of passing, somebody was there that they knew and was waiting for them, and that's just how life works. That's the system that was put in place. You know, it's not scary. It's not scary. It might be scary the way they died. Oh my God, they got smushed by this, or, you know, they fell off of something. You know, it could have been the most horrific thing, but it's not as tragic as we seem. Like, once you go and you realize, holy crap, all that life I just lived was like a mere moment. Time is just a concept. It's not a real thing. Time is a theory. Time is not real. Time is just a concept. This is like everything else is. It's something that was made up by us. So back to what I was saying. You know, your loved ones are okay, and they might be even back here. And again, that's getting ahead of myself with the whole reincarnation or whatever. You know, everybody might have different beliefs, and once you die, you're done and over. That is not how it works. Like the light bulb, the energy goes back to the source, goes back to the circuit breaker, and that's what I mean also with meditation and whatnot. You can start to know that you are energy and are source and are everything, and you're not just that light bulb. And you get to connect to a bunch of other things that are alive, that are living. You start to feel nature. You start to be more aware of something like that. So, you know, stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your time. If there's something you want to do, if you have a son, a father, a cousin, a brother, someone you haven't spoke to, someone that you've been thinking about, but there was like, you know, they did something wrong or something happened to you. This is just a movie, bro. Pick up that phone, tell them you love them, you know, let's go to lunch, you know, let's chill. Like, you know, we have fun as kids or whatever the case may be. If you have the time, you know, you got a lot of kids, you know, you're busy and all that. But dudes, like, and ladies and people and whatever, don't let tomorrow come without you picking up that phone and just swallowing your pride. And some people are too negative, and you know, you might even try to apologize and they don't want to hear it, but like, you did what you did. Because I'll tell you, when you pass, you will go through that one phase where you get to see everything that you've done to someone else, but not through your eyes, through their eyes. And you're gonna feel the emotions that they felt when you treated them badly, when you did something bad to that person, whatever it is that you did. It's okay what you've done, but you will feel it and you will see it from their perspective. And that's just how it works. I'm telling you. You know, this is not just me coming up with all this stuff. I've done research. I've looked into. I love information. So I immerse myself in information. You know, especially stuff like this, when the meditation and consciousness, awareness, and who are you, who am I, and what are we, and yo, the whole wasting your time thing. Don't be afraid. Whatever it is that you want to do, do it. Pick up that pen, you know, start writing or draw or imagine the life you want and start to do it. And I'll tell you why you're able to do it. You're not limited to what you've come from. Because one thing is, people don't know where they're going. Well, some people actually can visualize where they're going, you know, got really good imagination, and which is a great thing. It's like a child, you know, being able to color outside the lines. It's okay. It's okay to color outside the lines. But so let me tell you why you're capable of anything that you want to do. Why it is that they tell you follow your dreams and you are what you think of, because this is why. You are everything you see. You are a separate entity, right? You think you are, like those leaves on that tree. Each leaf is a leaf. But if the leaf knew that they were connected to all the other leaves, all the other trees, like think about it. The seed grew into the tree and did all it did through all those years before the one leaf on this little corner of a branch, like, you know, got here. Don't click away, man. Stay here for a little while. Let's talk for a minute. So like, let's say that little leaf right there in the corner, do you think that leaf knows that it was a seed once and the tree grew and it was a twig, and all that had to happen just for that leaf to grow, for that little leaf on the corner, and then it falls, it's gonna die, it's gonna fall, and then it's soak into the ground, and then do all over again. It's gonna feed the dirt so that the tree could continue to live. That's how we are. So whoever's watching this, I'm you, you're me, in a subconscious energy form, not like in a psychotic, you know, fleshly way. You know what I mean? Like, stop thinking about stuff like in a three-dimensional way. Start to expand your mind in another way, like this. The leaf is connected to all the other leaves. So it affects whatever that leaf's done, it affects everybody else. Whatever sun it captures, whatever water it gets, everything is connected. So like if source, God, whatever you want to call it, that's a beautiful hawk. If you know, is, let's say, a blanket. I spoke of like money in the form of matter, like a blanket. So like a big blanket, right? A big old blanket. That big old blanket is consciousness, right? That whole entire blanket, every little elo, string, you know, piece of fabric, everything. Like it was never fabric until you got all those little strings and put them together, right? So source does that for us. It creates this big blanket, but each and every one of us, that little string, we are all connected to everything else. So we might think that we don't affect everything else, but you do. What you do affects, is cause and effect. When you cause something to happen, it affects something else to happen, and then cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect. Infinity. It keeps going. You know what I mean? And I don't mean this to say this in a, you know, let's be sad. No, be happy about that. Be happy and realize that you are everything that you see, every human, everything. You do come back. You do experience everything again and again. It's like school. We have emotions that we need to learn to control. We have ideas and thoughts that we can tap into. You can tap into the whole entire blanket. Just because you're one little string that's falling off doesn't mean that you can't connect with everything. Everything that has ever been thought of out there, you can connect to that. You just have to tap into it through meditation or quiet, or just go pick up some books and read about someone that already has done it. That's how I get my information. I read books and I watch videos and all this stuff of, like, you know, 80-year-olds, 90-year-olds, people who lived an entire lifetime to figure out what we're talking about right now. People who have done research and traveled and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars traveling all over the world to know specific knowledge, and then share it with the world. Share it with the world. So that's what I'm here to say is, yo, if you want to become a dancer, if you want to become a chef, if you want to open up a restaurant, if you want to write a book, if you want to become a rapper, if you want to become a break dancer, if you want to become a librarian, if you want to become an motivational speaker, if you want to become whatever, just start it. People will talk, and people are gonna have stuff to say. I know people got stuff to say about me, but you know what, bro? I don't care. Because at the end of the day, it's cause and effect. What I cause is affecting people. Whatever I cause will affect others, and in a good or bad way, but my intentions are good. My intentions are good and pure of heart, because I know how I treat somebody else is how I'm treating myself. And once you figure that out, you start to treat people different, treat people better. Start to forgive people. Start to connect with people. I'm telling you, sometimes strangers are like the best people to go and just sit down and just talk to, just strike up a conversation, and then you don't know how amazing life is until you really like just start to look at everything as is like it's beautiful. Like, you think some of the places on earth are amazing and beautiful, and Hawaii or whatever, the blue waters, oh my God, like this is a real bad interpretation of what heaven could really be like. This, you know, flowers die and all this stuff. This is just a cycle of reincarnation. Everything that lives is like a cycle. The flowers, they grow, they flower, they bloom, they have a great, amazing life, and then they die, they seed, and they regrow, and that's the concept. It's feeding itself. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be a preacher. I'm not trying to, like I said, start problems and be all controversial. I'm just sharing my thoughts and stuff that I've learned, and I think that it's important because we all at a certain point live our life like we stuck in a situation, and I know it could be money, relationship, whatever the case may be. Yo, You have responsibility. And I don't mean that like the meaning, some people's meaning of responsibility is like, oh, he telling me I'm not responsible. No, responsible and responsibility is different. When these people here, these meat bodies, the clothes that they took off, not these clothes, I'm talking about these clothes, the clothes you put on, they come here. They've lost their responsibility. Now hold on, I'm not being disrespectful, I'm being serious. Responsibility. Right now, when I said something, you might have responded mentally. They can't respond. Their ability to respond is gone. You get it? So you still have your responsibility. You can respond to things and to people and to whatever you experience. Stop reacting to shit. We react. Us human, we get emotional and we start to react. Oh, he said, she said, and all this bullshit. Yo, stop reacting and respond. Start to respond. If somebody's talking mad crazy, yo, let them do that. Let them get it out their system, and then, you know, think about what it is that's going on, and then, you know, be responsible in that matter, and then use your ability to respond, and then you respond in the way that you want to. And remember, again, cause and effect. What you cause will affect whatever it is that you are going through. Yo, I need to bring a weed whacker and start cutting some of these joints down. Not that I know these people aren't really here, but this is crazy. This is the place of forgotten people, man. This is insane. But yeah, man. I mean, I get deeper and talk about the life after death and all that, but I don't want to get it. That'd be way too controversial, because people live a whole entire lifetime and have their own belief system on how certain things are. But I said it before, you are what you know. You are what you know. So start to change what you know, and it changes who you are. Simple as that. Simple as that, bro. Like, and that's pretty much it, bro. So yeah, like I was saying, you want to be a dancer, a chef, or whatever. You want to be a fucking strip, whatever it is you want to be. If it makes you happy, start it. Go search up a topic. Go to your public library. Books are free. Knowledge is free. Knowledge is free, bro. That's what gets me like, hello. Go to the library, grab a book. You don't even got, if you don't know how to navigate the library, which I don't even, I go to the library for years and I don't even know how to navigate the library. I always got to go to the front desk and ask, hey, can you help me find this specific book? Can you help me find a section of, you know, this and that and the third? You know, my section is self-development, improvement, and self-made, all that stuff. I love all that information. But that's what I'm trying to say, people, is go get that book. You don't like to read, I don't care. Then go find the audiobook. There's a library has audiobooks for free. Go sit in your car instead of sitting in the house watching TV, and pop that joint in and let that shit marinate in your mind, and then like, and take that information and then apply it to yourself. And that's how you become to change yourself, and then tap into all the other fabrics that are woven into that blanket, and you become the blanket. Yes, basically, you're a consciousness of God, source, whatever you want to call it, and that becomes you. You become that. You realize like, oh wow, like I am this tree. I'm not just this little leaf. I am this big old tree. And it started from a seed, you know? And don't worry about where the seed came from, because that's none of our business. It's really not. You'll find that out in the afterlife, you know? And I love information. I'm not telling you to go crazy and go ham and lose your mind and find out all this information and whatnot. But contain it. Contain it. Get it. You like it, you don't like it, let it go. You don't have to keep what you learn, you know? So when people change, don't bash them. Don't say, man, look at them, look at that guy, look at her, ella cambió. You know, she changed, he changed. No, man. When people learn something, new information, you're obligated to change, bro. When you find out certain information and you start to immerse yourself in a certain curriculum or whatever, you know, and you learn these new things, there's no way you can be the same person. Growing up, you know, you're like you think you're separate from everybody, and you try to be in a certain crowd and a certain coolness and follow the leader and gang and all this stuff. But you don't really realize, like, you're not attached to that. You can be. You are attached to the fabrics that you decide to attach yourself to. You don't have to become the entire blanket if you don't want. You could become what you want. So as long as it feels good, whatever it is that you're doing that makes you feel good, do more of that. Do more of that. Do more of that. Stop wasting your time. Start practicing dancing. Learn new recipes on YouTube. Go get a cookbook. Write a cookbook. You think that you have a good recipe that you like and it's a different interpretation of something else that you tasted in a restaurant? Yo, write that recipe, patent that drink, put it out there, make a channel, put it on Facebook, you know, start your own show. Whatever you want to do. If there's something that you know in here and other people need to know about it, share it. You might think, oh, nobody want to listen to me, nobody want to hear what I got to say. Chances are, if you start with 5 people listening to you, 2 of them might leave. They might click away. You might not still be listening to me. I don't really care. But if there's 1 person listening, and then maybe that person tells the other person, and the other person, you eventually get your community back. You don't need the ones you lose. You really don't. Because those are the ones that are too focused on being separate and not knowing that they're a part of the tree or a part of that blanket I talked about, and they're just like think that they're separate and then they can control everything themselves, because you cannot. You cannot connect yourself to everything that is, to all that is, to everything that is. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. God bless everybody. Source up, upgrade, get your mind right, eat right. Call that person you're thinking about right now and tell them you love them, because this can happen to anybody. Your umbilical cord can be cut at any minute. Right now, while you're driving, right after you get out the bathroom, anything can happen. Your house can have a sinkhole and whoop, anything, bro. Call your mom, your sister, your cousin, whoever it is that you have some type of feelings about, and figure that out. Figure that out. There's even nothing to figure out, bro. Just forgive them. Doesn't matter how emotionally hard it is, because I'm telling you, when you leave here, you're gonna be like, wow, like none of that really mattered. Like it was an experience. It was just a show, and you will be back. I'm telling you that. You know, I got a lot of people here, man. Aunts, cousins, friends. I don't want to put names out there, but everybody here has somebody here, bro. Everybody here knows somebody here. This is like, I don't even want to talk about no more, man. But you gotta do that. Do what I'm telling you. Forgive people. Love everybody. Love yourself, because in turn, you're loving yourself. You are a part of everything. Become that. So that's enough. Take that, run with it, marinate, go learn some new knowledge, become somebody different. This is your year. This is your time. It's right now or never. If not you, it's gonna be somebody else. So express your love, because that's all that really matters. 1, throw a penny in it. What you say? Yeah. The ears are the wishing well to the universe. Throw a penny in it. And for those of you who never heard me say that, a penny means a thought. It's like a wishing well. When you tell people what you're gonna be, what you want, I'm gonna be a chef, I'm gonna be a dancer, and all this stuff, the universe, it starts to hear you say that, and now it knows what it wants, and it starts to move things for you in order for you to become that. It's a fact. So go live your life. Go live your life. Throw a penny in it.